Well, it's early morning, and the idea was to get up, get this clear coat done, but I don't know if you can hear on the camera, it's windy. I just cannot get a break with this. And so much for the nice sunny day we were supposed to have today. I'm so tired of this weather this year. I'm in a complete standstill because I want to get the wheels back on. I want to get it lowered down to the ground. I want to be testing it, running it back and forth, and I need it up so I can get into like these wheel arch areas and places like that. You can see the trees blowing around there. I'll give it an hour, see what happens. If not, I could be back. I might see if I can find something else to do. Tell you what I might do. I've just had a thought. Completely off the wall, but I might make a box for the glove box. At least I'd feel like I'm getting something done. It's a clear coat. That's really what I want doing, but I'm not going to get it done yet. So let's just do something else. So I'm having to rethink on what I'm going to be doing this morning. I was thinking about messing about with the glove box, but then I remembered I bought this, and it is technically a conventional switch. You press it to engage, pull it to disengage. But what I've done is I've added this small spring. Now, I have no idea where the spring came from, but it was laying in the toolbox and it works perfectly. So basically it's converted this into a push to make switch. So what I'm going to use this for is the screen wash. I don't want to use the mechanical one. The switch, the actual mechanical pumping switch, is not in the best of shape. It works electrically great, but the actual pump part of it doesn't work. So I figured let's just mount this onto the dash. You can press, squirt, and yeah, got screen wash. That's the theory anyway. Let's see if we can execute it. So that's where I'm going with the switch. These are like, yeah, the wind, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I've just put them here. Like I say, it's just an ordinary switch, but once I put that spring back on, it'll be push to make or press to make. Move the fog light switch to there. Of course, headlights, other fog light switches over here with the, do need to screw that back on because I forgot to. There we go. As it flashes, and I do have a cigarette lighter to go in socket. I don't know, I might put it there, I might put it somewhere else. Yeah, I'm still not sure about that one, but he's kicking about. He's in here somewhere. And of course, that's the cabling for the radio. Okay, there we go. Excellent. So at least I feel like I'm getting something done today. It's the other thing I've been looking at as well. I had a chance of a really nice steering wheel, and it was off a common gear, but all of my research suggests that it won't fit this. I think from what I can find out, the bus shaft is a little bit thicker, so I've got an idea on actually restoring the steering wheel. And so that might be a thing later on. But what I want to do is I want to basically just I might remove this rubber coating and do like a leather wrap around here. I do have some Napa leather, which is really nice. And then I want to do something with these inner spokes, maybe maybe some sort of wrap or maybe even leather on there as well. It's a nice cream leather, which I also have. The hardest part would be the hair. I'm not really, I don't really know how to wrap something like that. I can do kind of basic curves and everything, but that's later on. I might do the gear shifter as well. But yeah, I've got some nice cream leather kicking about, so that's a future project. But anyway, that is working for now. Let's just do the rest of the wiring. So while I'm doing the actual switch for the washer bottle, I'm also doing the intermittent wipe. So I'm using a Hella relay. So good quality relays, these, we use them a lot. So yeah, do have another one somewhere. I have a Lucas one kicking about, but I don't think I'll risk that one. Although admittedly, you know, over the years, Lucas have gotten a really, really bad reputation for the quality of some of their parts, but I've never had a huge issue with them. The problems I've had with Lucas parts is usually more to do with the vehicle itself being neglected, at least some of the older stuff. If you look back at the Jeep videos, you'll actually see that we bought a brand new module voltage regulator, and because we did a 12-volt conversion on it, the brand new one failed almost instantly, and we had this old Lucas one, which don't even know how old it was or what it came off, but it was obviously something very old because it came off something with a dynamo. Put it on and it's working fine, still working fine. So, you know, but yeah, Lucas did get a bit of a bad reputation, and I think that was probably more the later British Leyland days. But yeah, some of the earlier stuff, like I say, and I'm a Ford guy normally. I like my Fords, and a lot of early 70s Fords, Lucas voltage regulators, Lucas. The if I'm not mistaken, the starter motors on the original overhead valve engines, Escorts and Cortinas and what have you. Was it an M35J that they called it? It was basically the same starter that went on the Mini as well. It was a lot of overkill for a Mini, but point is that the stuff just lasted, you know. But anyway, I digress. I need to pop around to the store because I need a cigarette lighter because that one's failed. The other one I've got, that one's failed. So I just need to pick up a cheap cigarette lighter. Actually, I'll probably grab a couple of them. I'll be back soon. Okay, I've run into a snag. This switch is supposed to be, you push it in to make contact. It's not. It's working in reverse. Great. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, it's. I looked around. I wanted a one that you pushed it in to make contact. You pulled it out to break contact. But obviously, it's not. All I'm going to do for the moment, anyway, I'm just going to take the spring off. It'll do for the time being until I can find another one. Yeah, see, the thing is as well, I need something that's got quite a bit of oomph to it. But anyway, well, at least know the pump works. So, springs off. So at least it works. It's a noisy pump, but there's no water in it anyway. So I may end up having to replace that pump. But again, it's something. This is more just a testing phase than anything else. So while I'm in here, I've also connected up the fog lights. Now I moved away from what have I done with them? These other connectors, that style of where we're at. I've moved away from these because I'm having a few issues with them. They're not working as well as I thought. They're working great on really small wires, really small gauge cable. But when you're getting to the thicker stuff, they tend to pull apart. So I went to a more conventional, that style. Anyway, that's done. I've got that switch in over there. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I may as well do the connections up to the clocks. Okay, so that is now everything to do with the dash. I am, however, seriously thinking about getting rid of all these individual connectors and going with one big block connector. But yeah, I need to make sure all those systems work first. These are the only two I've got left to connect up. Yellow goes to high beam, and the red is the permanent feed power to the clocks. That's for like the oil pressure gauge and not oil pressure, temperature gauge and what have you. It's not a temperature gauge, fuel gauge. Yeah. But meanwhile, I still got those to hook up. But meanwhile, what I've been doing is I've been having a play around with intermittent wipe. So I have actually got the intermittent working. I just cannot get the switch working. The one position, the intermittent position on the switch, I cannot get to power the relay. So this may be a case of it was a good idea, but let's just put it to one side for now. Yeah, I'll still probably incorporate this relay because you can also use this to trigger the wipers while the washer pump is running. So I might just do that. Because this very thin wire that triggers the intermittent wipe. This one here triggers the wipe while it's washing, squirting as well. So yeah. So I have actually just temporarily reinstalled the switch because it's going to be a bit of a pain trying to operate it, you know, with it dangling down there. But yeah, everything else, that's everything there now for the dashboard cluster. Obviously I've got this all to tidy up, but I will put it in at some point and test it. Now the intermittent side of it, that is what I'm struggling with. I'm not finding a way to get the intermittent wipe to work. Like I say, when I pull the switch down to the position, it doesn't seem to change anything on the contacts. So off and intermittent both seem to basically do the same thing on the contacts. So all I can assume is maybe that function isn't working on this switch. Because like I said, it makes no difference. So I don't really want to put an extra button in for intermittent wipe. That just seems a bit ridiculous. But so at the moment, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that. It may just end up not having intermittent on it at all. And anyway, I'm going to have a bit more play around with it and see what happens. But I think it's going to end up with no intermittent. Okay, so we now have it hooked up. There we go, it works. Excellent. So, yeah, intermittent. I do not know if there is an issue with the switch. I think there probably is. So, for the time being, I'm not going to have an intermittent wipe on this. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to do a little bit more research. I have got the relay hooked in permanently now. Obviously I've got to tuck it back in there and test tape all the wiring to tidy it all up, but basically it's in there and it's working. I'll see what I can find out. If I can find anything out on these switches to figure out what or which part of it actually operates the intermittent, then I will go ahead and hook that up, because I do have the cable in there. I'll just tape it back for the time being until I figure it all out. I don't want to really mess about putting another switch in. I mean, I don't think it's important enough to put another switch in just to get the intermittent function. So yeah. Anyway, as you can see, it today has actually turned out into a really nice day. It is still windy, but I'm going to try and get this van finished off tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a fun day. I've gotten a few things done on it, and I do think this is a good place to bring this one to a close. So it is all functioning now, but what I'll do is I'll stick up the wiring diagram that I figured out to hook up this Hella relay. So if you want to have a go yourself, it's there. So there we go. Obviously I would like to have been on with the paintwork today, but this breeze and everything has put that to a close. But it is supposed to be a nicer day tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny, no wind, so hopefully I will get that all finished off, but you'll see that in a separate video. So this is where I will bring this one to a close. Obviously all of this wiring is still to be tucked up. It all has to be tested again. I want to make sure it's all working, and then it'll all be tucked into place, but that's for another video. Anyway, that's it for now. Take care and have a good one.